Hey friends, Jennifer Eddings here, the heart behind the Call Light Collective. Welcome back to episode 2 of our 2-part season finale. The last episode you heard about these beautiful women sharing exactly why they wanted to join this movement in the first place. Of course, per usual, we got a little off topic and we shared a lot of things that women just deal with in general. This week, we're digging a little bit deeper and we're going to talk about the things that women have been told to stay quiet about for a very long time. So, we're going to just dig right into it because we've already done all the pleasantries and there's no need for that. So I'm going to just, are you ready? You're looking at me like a deer in the headlights.
Because, it's usually complicated questions.
Yeah, well, here you go. That's what you signed up for, asshole. All right.
Not ready. You
are ready, but we're going to start.
They studied, it's like getting a pop quiz.
Maybe that's a you problem. Okay, we're going to start with Rose. Indeed it is. We're going to start with Rose. So my question for you is, tell me something women are expected to stay quiet about.
Man, what a good question. I think women often are expected to be quiet about the challenges of being a boss at work and a good mother at home. And that it is absolutely possible to be both.
It is possible, but I think that it is an underrated task. I think that there are, in my opinion, a lot of men who get to go be bosses at work, who have a supportive wife at home, who's taking care of the family. So I would love to open that up a little bit as to what it's like to be a leader as a woman who's also still expected to maintain a home whose children may end up in therapy, but may also have you as a topic, right? Like, I mean, there's that.
They'll be fine.
They'll be fine.
Every parent screws up their kids.
Every single one of us.
So, I mean, I've already promised them that.
Good.
Let's just set the tone of honesty.
Good.
Like, you're going to go to counseling.
Amen. You're well. I'll pay for it.
No, I'm not. My parents pay for it. I'm not paying for it. No.
I'm not paying for it.
I'm trying to mess you up in better ways than I was messed up. But what I've learned is that every child is going to counseling because of something their parents did or did not do that their parents have no idea about.
And growing up is realizing that your parents are human too. And that's when you're like, wait.
100%. They were really just trying to figure it out and do
just
their
like
best.
you. And I'm not a parent, so I give kudos to any mom at all because I spend 3 seconds with a child and I'm like, how do people do this full time? Like, I can't do it. I don't understand it.
Wait till you have 2.
I admire and respect any woman that has ever had a child because nope. That's a lot. It's just a lot. I can't even take care of myself half the time. So just picturing a full-time thing that you have to, raise up and stuff. That's a lot. It's a lot. So congrats for being,
Thank you.
being superheroes. Like, please.
So
superheroes.
I don't disagree with you. I absolutely agree with you. I did challenge you on your episode because you said something similar. You do have a caretaker heart and you take care of everyone. So I remember challenging you a little bit on the fact that I questioned if you couldn't consider yourself a mother to those. I think you mother a lot. Are you a mother? No, but I mean I meant that more specifically to more.
So it's bossy. Mother is a bossiness.
For me, you have mothered me. You have mothered me to every extent of the word the last 6 months, and I'm very thankful for you. So, Marissa, how about you? Something women are expected to stay quiet about.
Oh, I had one and then it disappeared. It's ADHD all the way. Emotions, our emotions. Like, you're not
too emotional.
You're too emotional. Like you're crazy. You're crazy.
Oh,
Let's change it. Let's change it up, right? Let's change it. Let's get really deep here. Our crazy.
What is that prompted from?
We can't talk about our crazy.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to stay quiet about your crazy. I own my crazy.
Hide your mental illness.
But is it crazy?
Like they did back in the day.
It's not.
Is it crazy?
It's not. It's emotion.
Is it not what we are genetically designed to be?
Absolutely. We were designed to be emotional. We're the caretakers. We were the raisers. And I'm not saying that men aren't good caretakers and aren't good raisers, but that's why we have emotion. That's why we are emotional. We are emotional creatures. That's what's required to nurture. And I think that we've been told too long that keep quiet about emotion. I'm not allowed to
do all the things that we would like for women to do, rear the children, do all the things and take care of the household. But please, if you don't mind, don't have any feelings about it. Don't, and certainly if you do, if you could please just keep expressing them if you don't mind, because that's annoying, right?
Yeah. But doesn't that lack of ability to even communicate about emotion create men who don't know how to label their emotions?
Yes, very much so.
So, that's one of the things as a mother of a male child. I mean, he's not a child anymore, but I always wanted to really make sure that my son knew that there were more emotions than mad, happy, and angry.
Amen.
Because how do you manage the things you don't know how to identify? And that isn't just something as a woman we're not allowed to talk about, but as a human, we are made to not talk about our emotion, and what a disservice that we're doing to our society.
Yes.
Yeah. If you can't even put a name to what it is you're feeling, how are you supposed to understand how to manage it? You can't pull into your toolbox to, a broken roof or leaky plumbing and pull out what you know can fix those things if you don't know that it's leaky plumbing that's wrong with your home, because they are taught or not taught not to feel those things. I'm told a lot, and I'm sure we've all heard it. Men don't cry. Men don't cry. Men don't feel things. And that's so wrong. Yeah, and I almost feel bad.
It's false.
It is false. And I feel bad for the men that are taught that, because what a difficult vessel to be inside, knowing you cannot express anything that happens to you without being labeled weak or less than, or at the worst, not a man.
I call that a red flag. A man that can't cry because men don't cry. That's a red flag for me.
For sure.
How did they get there?
I think that, we need to start teaching our sons, right? I mean, essentially it's up to the mother to teach the sons that, emotions are okay and that you're okay. You should be able to express yourself, and you should be able to reach out when needed. Absolutely. That you're not alone. There is somebody out there to help you, no matter what you're going through, whatever big or small it is, and that you should be able to express it or say it without fear of the judgment and everything else. And that, I think, is also on mothers with sons. I don't have any myself, but that have that responsibility to essentially raise them to know that it's okay to not be okay like that, and be able to express it without someone being like, you're being a little bitch or whatever. So.
But I think it even comes back all the way to this podcast, like exactly what the Call Light Collective is about is creating a space where you can be seen and heard for exactly what's going on. So although it's one of the things as a woman, it doesn't stop there. It is exactly what we're talking about, bringing lightness or bringing light to everything that is dark, because humanity is struggling with it.
Indeed.
Not just us as women.
I agree with that. I was posting something recently about domestic violence, and it does carry I don't know what the right word would be, assumed that it's the woman that is the one that's being violated. But domestic violence absolutely does work both ways.
Absolutely.
I cannot imagine the emotional, the taxing, just the weight of a man having to step forward and say, I am being domestically violated. Right. I am being abused, because society will say what you just kind of poked fun at, which is normal. It goes back to what we're taught. Oh, stop being such a baby about it or whatever. But it is actually there, and it happens.
Well, they've proven that with any experiment. A woman hitting a guy and pushing him around down the street doesn't get looked at, but let a man push a woman down the street and bam, there's a whole nother side of people just ready to attack her.
Right.
Or attack him, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
that's the difference. It's
Mob mentality.
For sure. For
Mob
sure.
mentality. They're always going to go after the guy.
For sure. Always,
And
every single time.
It's not.
There's one
It
particular
wasn't him.
person on my Facebook that I follow, and he is struggling right now in a custody battle, or not even custody battle, just co-parenting battle.
Mhm.
He just wants equal rights. He's like, I'll pay whatever. I don't care. I just want to see my kid. And we're definitely going on a whole nother topic here.
So, yeah.
But he can't even see his kid without fighting tooth and nail, because it goes back to society assuming mothers are correct, assuming mothers are the right ones.
Mhm.
And that's not necessarily true. And I really don't remember how we got there, actually.
And probably because of
Emotions. We were talking about emotions and how we're not
And you're
supposed to talk about it, but it
questioning
even segued to the men and how they can't show emotions.
True,
So
true.
that's-
We could have, to be fair with the way my brain works, we could have been talking about, like, I don't know, seafood, and I could have somehow pivoted us
Been
over
there.
to that for sure.
Okay.
I will bring us back for the sake of this.
I love it.
Here we are again, as women do, becoming emotional. Like,
We're just talking in
We're
loops.
just
I
talking.
We
enjoy.
are.
I really enjoy circle.
I do
Circles
too, because
and-
you can pull so many things together and relate them together that you would never have thought could possibly relate. So you both have answered the question, and now it's on you, and I understand how you feel about direct questioning.
I don't know.
Something women are expected to stay quiet about.
Anything that happened to them that was traumatizing. Like, you're not supposed to talk about it, right? Because if you come forth, if something happened to you, then it's now an issue.
Do you feel like you have to prove it?
Yeah, you have to prove it. Like, what were you wearing? What did you do to make
What
them?
role did you?
Relax.
What role did you play in your own abuse?
That's like workplace violence.
Wow.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
any type of violence,
You know
right?
what I mean? Like, think about
Like,
it.
what did you do
You
to
work in the
deserve that?
hospital, like, oh, the patient attacked you. What did you do?
Yeah.
What'd
right.
you do?
I don't know. I asked him what his name was.
Right.
Yeah, like that makes a fucking
I
difference.
came to
You're
work.
sitting there charting and somebody just comes up and slams the phone at your head. Like, you're like, what did you
What'd
do
you
to do that?
do?
I'm like, I was just sitting here. I don't know.
I clocked it.
Yeah, that's all I did. And that is such a great point.
Yeah.
It can go, we can talk about middle school dress code, we can talk about all kinds of things. And while I understand some points of view and I can understand some logic to some of the argument, I am tired of being asked what I did to
Somebody-
provoke or deserve someone's poor behavior.
Yes.
Nothing
Yes.
I could ever do would
Make you
Warrant-
deserve it.
warrant
Acting
Yeah.
the way
somebody acting the way they acted. So I posted recently about my third upcoming divorce and whatever. More to come on that, season 2. And someone was like, well, because I said something about infidelity, lying within every marriage I've had. Like, well, you should make better choices.
Victim blaming.
Wait,
I'm
what?
sorry.
Victim shaming, victim blaming.
Wait, where's just make sure. I'm sorry, what? I should make better choices for the men that I was married to, that they decided to cheat on me. What choices, may I just question you ladies, what choices could I have made differently that would warrant or prevent a man from making the absolute decision to cheat on me? Now, could I lay out all the reasons why I probably could have left the marriage prior to that? Sure, I won't. But that type of mentality completely baffles me. If I make a poor decision,
Would you even make them cheat? Like, what are you talking about?
I don't know. I don't know. Make them
perfect. How
breakfast.
dare I be
mean, I
perfect?
wasn't perfect, right? And I wasn't. And
Nobody's perfect.
I have made poor decisions. And when I was called to the table to account for those decisions, I did, because they were my decisions. Regardless what led to me making those decisions, I still made my decision, which was mine to make. So anyone that could say to me that I should make better decisions or choices because the 3 men that I chose to marry chose to be
There it goes.
shitty.
Mhm.
And the last one within 35 days of marriage. How did I deserve that?
Well,
It-
how do you choose that? Let me just go that direction. Like, how do you make a better choice? Because when you're dating somebody, how do you know that
Listen
that's
to
what
your
your
friends
future
that are
is?
smart.
She's cut off for this segment. Anyway, go ahead. You're a dickhead, but go ahead.
How do
That's
you,
awesome.
if you're always with this person and this person's on their best behavior and are you supposed to not believe them? Are you supposed to just always be skeptical? Because what happens then? Then you don't have a true relationship. So
Correct.
you did everything right. You led with your heart, which you always do. You gave it your all and you gave your love freely. They made the decision. That's not on you. How do you choose? How do you make a better choice? Not knowing that that's somebody's nature. They're not going to tell you that, hey, hi, I'm so-and-so. I'm 37
I
years
assure
old.
you, it
I've been
wasn't
single
on
for
his
6 months.
bio on the dating app.
And I'm a serial cheater.
Yeah.
I promise you that wasn't disclosed, right? And the real sad truth is, because of the nature of the
But
women.
there's signs. There's always signs.
Can you turn her mic off? So because of the nature of women that are people pleasers and givers, honestly, probably could have written on his bio, I serial cheat, looking for the one that will make me stop. And I'd be like, I can do it. I can fix you. I can fix you.
Fair.
Like he could have. He didn't, but he could have. And I still would have entered.
He would have.
Yeah, he did that to her.
And it's
He
like,
won't do it to me.
at the end of the day, like I am dealing with I'm dealing with the consequences of my decisions, which is fine.
That's
I
fine.
can do that. I just don't know that I understand the world and society, how the audacity, which is at an all-time high, to make the comments like, well, you should have made better choices. It goes back to the other episode, like that faithfulness was a choice on the menu. I was like, meh. None for
I'll
me.
take that.
I'll skip
Take
that.
that off the menu.
I'll take the trauma. I'll take the emotional neglect. No worry. That's what I would like if you don't mind. It's on sale. I'll take it.
It's on
fine.
sale. It's on clearance.
Anyway, I don't really know how I got there, but because that's what women are expected to stay quiet about.
Yeah.
The things that happen to
Anything
us.
that happened wrong.
Yeah.
Just be
And
quiet.
us voicing our stories about it, which only keeps us all in silos.
Speak up.
We are literally sitting in individual silos throughout the entire universe.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. And that is exactly the purpose of this. And I appreciate
Absolutely.
you saying
Oh,
that.
that's right.
Is this true?
They are so smart at that.
Aren't they smart? Aren't they smart?
Incorporating the
They're
name
not
and
just-
everything. I'm just here.
They're not just pretty faces. And
I know.
You're
They're
very
like, yeah,
smart.
just like the call light. And I'm like, oh, yeah. It's like, oh, yeah. Oh, that's why we're here. Oh, yeah.
Which is
I'll
even
get
more
there.
beautiful for you because you could give a shit less
Yeah.
about the name of this podcast. You can care less about whatever. All you truly care about is helping the next woman that hasn't quite figured it out yet.
Be a voice, yeah.
Absolutely.
Give people a voice that don't have it. You'll be that voice for sure.
You absolutely are. Your episode, again, hasn't aired yet. We've got about, 18 hours. Your mother was a beautiful role model for you.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And not every girl had a mother like yours that pushed and pushed and pushed for women empowerment, be happy, choose yourself. Some of us grew up differently.
Yeah.
And so where you're right, I could have listened to a random best friend who may or may not be in the room to the warnings that you gave.
I was getting the do not marry him. That's what like Medea says, do not marry him.
Correct.
T-shirt and sign and
But
everything.
I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to figure it out.
Yeah,
ourselves.
that's the thing that frustrates you, right? When you see somebody and you're like, don't do this and don't do this.
But you love her anyway.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's the important thing, right?
Yeah,
We-
we love her.
We love you anyway. And so,
We love you as you are.
we're
but
bringing
we
this-
always want them to improve and be better.
Yes.
Because we see how good they are, right? You see.
you always want the
somebody's-
best for
and that they
your
deserve it.
people,
That's right.
your tribe.
But I
Deserve
think
the
going
best.
back
The
to that
best deserve the
comment
best.
is I can see you ladies in my own view, which is could not respect you more. envy every single one of you, wish that I could be more like you every day. But I imagine if you were to look at all of in my brain, what I could compute out on a list of things I see about you, you would question 95% of what I wrote. That's just how we are as women. We question our worth and our value. And like, you probably would assume I'm only saying what I say to you for the lights, for the camera, for just to be nice.
I don't.
At least I'm glad you don't.
I don't
think
We
we
don't
would
think
have
it's
said
very
yes.
this where we're drinking.
Clearly, I'm very far behind in this healing journey than you ladies are.
Clearly, we would not have said yes if that's really what.
Oh,
it was
to
all
the whole
about.
call. Okay. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, you're
We
genuine.
didn't
This
know
is
about this until you
authentic.
came around.
But wait a
It's
minute.
for you.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
We came for you. The Call Light Collective is the main.
Look at her shooting out the name.
Yeah,
I love it.
I know. I was trying to. I was
She's
like, I'll get there.
steady like our guy over here.
I know. You don't have any rolls hanging over your jeans, Jennifer. Okay, but I do have a question then, because this actually is for me. You can sit here and tell me 20 days, not 20 days, in 20 different languages how great I am. I'm like, oh, thank you. And I walk out there, I'm like, that is not true. Do you guys really not doubt like the compliments that are given to you?
I'm
This is generally
terrible
No, I'm awesome.
at accepting comments,
No.
compliments.
Perfect in every way.
You accept them very freely.
I learned as a younger person and through a lot of
There you go. A lot of self-hate
counseling.
back then. Years ago. A lot of self-hate back then.
that people only give you like, why am I going to take the time to give you a compliment if I don't believe it?
Yeah.
And even if you've taken the time to give me a compliment and you don't believe it, positivity came out of your mouth. So thank you.
Yeah.
I got taught
I love
to
that.
say thank you.
I love that
When
because that's not
someone-
my.
I love
That's
that. It's
not
not my
where.
reality.
No,
Gives
that's
you
not
a
my reality.
compliment, you're supposed to say thank you, not convince them why you're not supposed to have it.
There you go.
Well, I will say thank you,
Yes,
but
you
I
don't believe
not
it.
a single bit.
Do you
of it.
question the motive?
Oh,
Eight times out of 10.
Okay, so
That's what people get
going
up.
back to things that we are not supposed to talk about, and we don't talk
Because
about
we're still
as
on
women,
that
'cause-
question.
talk about it.
So, in some other experiences, compliments come with consequences when we're talking about trauma.
We'll unpack that for us.
Oof, it's a deep one. It's rough.
We're here.
It's hard.
And we have,
it's
like, I don't
not,
know, 32
it's not
minutes. You're
good.
good.
As a child, we had a friend in town, and I walked from my bathroom, which was literally maybe a foot of where you can see from the couch, from the bathroom to my bedroom in a towel. And I was like 7. And later on, years later, this person would compliment me all the time. I was up visiting in another state and we crossed paths, and I was like 15 years old, and he's paying compliments. You're so beautiful. You're so smart. You know, how did you get here? You know, all of these wonderful things. And then made a sexual advance towards me, and then told me that it was my fault because of the time when I was 7 and I walked from the bathroom
That's
to my bedroom,
disgusting, yeah.
you know, for all of 2 seconds. So I learned at 15 that those compliments came with consequences. And so now,
An agenda.
yes, an agenda. Like there was a motive. There was a motive to break down my walls, to make me trust him, to, you know, to level that field so that he had an opportunity. I'm thankful that nothing went further than that, but you know, that was
You
a
can
moment
look back
for me.
and call it out for
That
what
was a moment for
exactly
me.
it was.
And I think from that moment on, anytime I receive a compliment, and it's not necessarily just from men, I don't trust it. I don't always trust compliments. So I am terrible about accepting compliments. And I usually will try to downplay. There we go again. Downplay the compliment. So, you know, oh, I love that. I love that shirt. Thanks. I've had it for 20 years. You know, it's old. Something like that. And I catch myself, and I have to catch myself. And sometimes when it's on the tip of my tongue to say something else, I just have to say, oh, thanks. And then force myself to walk away, because the natural part of me wants to come back with
I was
something.
traumatized.
I want to come back with something. I want to come back with either downplay it or take the attention off of me, back to them, you know, deflect.
And thank you for sharing that story.
So
That is,
it's,
some people
you know, everybody has different realities. So I suck at compliments.
Hey friends, Jennifer Eddings here, the heart behind the Call Light Collective. You know, I created this space for you. I created this space for me. I created this space for all of us. This is a space that is designed for us to come in and speak about the things that are heavy. For anyone that is navigating a difficult situation, for anyone that has found themselves standing in the middle of life just looking for the light. Around here, we talk about the things that aren't easy to talk about. We talk about the things that people typically are quiet about or whisper about. We talk about the things that literally can set someone free once they know that they're not the only one going through it. So this is my ask of you. I want you to be just as much of this movement as I am and the women that have sat in these chairs before you. I would love for you to share your story with me. Write to me, tell me what you're going through. Share a situation that you've been navigating through and you just would love some outside perspective on. Or if you just really need to know that you're not alone. You can email me at comeformeasures24@gmail.com. I would love to hear from you. Whenever you need something or you need someone to be there for you, I beg of you just to hit the call light, and I promise I'll answer. Because at the end of the day, all of us are just walking each other home one conversation at a time.
That was very profound, and I love,
and very much, you know,
very much so.
Saying that, because it's always something that at the time you don't see, and then later on you're like, oh my God, like this is why I am the way I am now, is because of something that happened.
Right.
7, 15, and
I'm not just a dick that doesn't want to take compliments. I am a product of trauma. And
but
grooming.
here's the thing: it's not okay to stay there, right? Like, it's one thing to say it's that I don't feel comfortable taking a compliment because of something that happened to me, but then to give them the power to allow them to keep you from feeling worthy of a compliment. That's the work.
Yeah, that's the work.
That's the work.
That's the work.
Because to your point, often, just in relationship when you're learning to date, the guys that like you after they stop hitting you when you're like in second grade is
that's a horrible
right. Which, but I mean, it is true when you're
boys and crap. Let's not start that.
Right.
That's a whole different podcast right there.
But I'm just saying,
season 4.
That is how young, that's how dating kind of starts.
Yeah.
Is the ones who give you the compliments, and then to have people who aren't authentic. And so to ruin that for you. But, as I've walked the planet, what I've really learned is we'll tell people when they're doing wrong or when they need to improve, or we'll be quick to coach them or to call them out. But we're not just as quick to tell them something positive that we think of them. And so that's really something that I've worked on my own, that when I see something, if I've thought a positive thing about you,
Say it.
I say it.
I love that.
Yes.
And so
I
with
love
that intention, there is, if I'm going to compliment other people, I have to be able to take it.
Yeah.
If I'm going to give you a, what is even the right word? Like, it's not, it has no weight.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't.
It's meant to build you up. It's meant to be what it is. It's a freaking compliment.
But there's no, what was the word we used earlier? There's no agenda.
There's no agenda.
Behind it.
No.
Yeah.
There's literally just
it's like seeing somebody that you don't know that you're passing, and they are like a total dime piece, and just having the freedom and the ability, like,
gorgeous.
holy cow, you look amazing. Just wanted to let you know there's no agenda. I'm never going to see you again.
Yeah, right.
So she's very good at that.
I love
random
that.
strangers.
And
oh my
can
God,
do
I
that.
love your shoes.
But
They're
in
so
order
beautiful.
to do that, I feel like you have to take it.
Yeah.
I just did that when I got my nails done the other day. I got my nails done. The real lady came in. She was in these green pants and a tan and white shirt. And I was like, sister, your outfit is fire.
I love
Where'd
that.
you get them pants?
I love
And
that.
she said, oh, I was so self-conscious leaving the house this
Aww.
morning. She said, I'm still moving. And this is actually an outfit. And there's a shirt that goes with these pants,
But
that
she
I
couldn't find it. Oh,
And she, thank you. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm planning my next work outfit off what you're wearing today. So just having that moment of vulnerability,
Making her day too.
it
Yeah.
changed her day.
I love that.
and it elevated your mood and your energy too. So, because that was a total energy exchange.
Absolutely. We get
That was
so
an
much
exchange
from
of
doing
energy.
that.
I
Now,
love that.
I do well with strangers' compliments.
Same.
Those are those
I
I
do
can
better.
take. Those random, I like your shoes. I believe them. And this is again season 3, 4, whatever. It's the ones that I know the most that I question their compliments because I don't know for sure their motive or if they are using it as a manipulation tactic to get me to do something they want me to do for them. But I imagine we could
We can do a
weave
whole
an
episode on
entire-
that. I'm sure.
At least 4 episodes,
at
probably.
least.
But I do appreciate being in the company of 2 women who can say, "Yeah, no, actually, no, that's not me," and also appreciate being in the company of another woman that can say, "Yeah, me too." It's important that both exist
Oh,
and that we're honest with
absolutely.
each other because this, and I want to speak for Marissa. This tells me there's light at the end of this particular tunnel. I can get where you guys are. I am not there yet, and I dare not pretend to be, but I can get there. And I appreciate you both for being so open about that. I do want to go on to the next question because I have some fun questions too.
I didn't read fun questions.
I know, but we have to do another deep one. We have to do another deep one.
I hope they're fun because they all
I know you're like, God, geez, about all the dark
who
and
wrote the
depression.
declaration on this? I don't know.
Anyway, okay, ladies. As much fun. So, future, I probably should plan a 3-episode finale because we could probably sit here and just unfold all of this for hours. One thing I do want to ask you guys before we go is that, and this is going to be the closing essentially, for the woman that is listening, that is afraid to speak, what is one thing that you wish you could tell her? And Marissa, I would love to start with you.
I would say that if you're afraid to speak, sometimes speaking out loud and hearing your truth out loud gives it the power that you need to fix it, to accomplish it, to tackle it, to heal. So hearing that out loud, saying it, sometimes just saying it, you can say it to a wall, just say it out loud, because then you're going to find that power. You're going to find where it is.
I love that.
To either heal or move past it or, if you're stuck, if you're scared, sometimes hearing it out loud takes the fear away.
I love that. Crystal?
You're not alone. No matter what you've been through, no matter what you think, it's just you. It's not. Everyone has dealt with it in one way, shape, or form. So yeah, you're not alone.
I think it's probably like a haunting statistic of how not alone
it is.
You guys
it's
are.
Sad, actually.
Yeah.
Men and women. You're not alone.
And the more women like you are brave enough to sit here and tell your own truths and your stories, the more other women will be able to understand that they truly aren't alone and they'll feel empowered to share as well. So I appreciate that. Rose, let's pull it home with you.
I would tell women that you're worthy of being heard. And so to say it anyways.
Say it anyways. I love that. And I probably would have you unpack that, but I have a feeling that it would lead to a lot more than we have time for. I'm going to go ahead and I could literally sit in these conversations with you guys forever. And it doesn't feel like we've been sitting here for almost 2 hours talking about this stuff. And even sitting in this situation or in this setting, even though I've already spoken and I know you ladies individually, I still feel so much more validated in my own life experience, knowing that there are other people that have felt it too. Because at some point I know I told myself that I deserved the things bad that happened to me. And knowing that you guys have shared similar stories, and knowing that I can look at you and say that you didn't deserve a goddamn thing that happened to you, I can now more easily believe that I didn't probably deserve it either. So I will never be able to thank you guys enough for being here. Your voices have been heard. Your laughter has been felt. And I am so thankful. And on behalf of anyone that's listening, more than 2 people, I know that they thank you as well. She lectured me about that the other day. I am going to take a second to shift my body this way now. And if you forgive me,
Thanks for having us.
Yes.
we're not done yet. Okay. All right. I'm the host, remember? All right. I'll tell you when to say that. Okay. All right. I'm going to shift over to this camera. Actually, yeah, this camera. And if you forgive me, most of the things that I say are off the cuff. But I do want to read this because it's just that important to me. You've now heard every story built in season 1. And if you've really been listening, you know that this is not just a podcast. This is truly an uprising. These women sat down, these and others, and my son, and told the truth, not the filtered kind, not the version that keeps the peace, the kind that shakes the ground just a little bit. And when their words hit the air, something has moved. I've seen it in messages, in hallways, in break rooms, people finally talking, finally saying me too, but they're saying it out loud instead of swallowing it. That's what truth does, and truth multiplies. People like to reduce my story to a mugshot. They like to whisper like it's a warning. They try to use my pain as proof that I should have stayed small, but my pain became my purpose, and I am not ashamed of it. I have walked through hell, and I came out with my spirit on fire. I didn't crawl out of that to stay quiet. Women are done being quiet. Let this be a physical example that we are tired of staying small. I am not afraid to lead the charge. This is my kingdom work, reminding every woman who listens that her voice still matters, her story still matters, she still matters. The more we speak, the more we find each other. The more we tell the truth, the less room there is for shame to grow. That's the revolution we've started here, one story at a time. Season 1 is now over, but the mission is not. We have cracked something open that cannot be closed again. So rest, breathe, and get ready, because season 2 is coming. Louder, braver, and completely unafraid. We are not finished, not even close. My name is Jennifer Eddings. All my love, all my light. This is the call light. And that is it. We're done. Good job, guys.
So